Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you've been looking for me under that name, you're in the right place. Today's reading is going to be a love reading, and we're going to be looking into your person's next actions and their intentions. Okay, so we'll kind of take a look at where they stand energetically with regard to this connection. What are their intentions? What's their plan, if any? And what the next action might look like from them. Remember, this is a general collective reading on YouTube, so messages may not resonate with every single viewer out there, which is totally normal. As a best practice, if something in the reading doesn't fit for you, it just feels confusing, or it just doesn't really feel like it aligns with what you know your situation to be, those are typically indications that those are not your messages, so don't force them to fit. Respect that those messages are meant for someone else out there in the collective, and only take what applies to you. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, the details to book one with me on my website are in the description box down below, and personal readings can be a better way to get a more specific read on your own personal energy if you find that these collective readings aren't hitting the mark for you. So let's go ahead and select your reading. So today we've got a choice between 3 different groups. If you're drawn to reading number 1, we're going to be working with the old style tarot deck and this amethyst crystal. If you are drawn to reading number 2, we will be working with the Wild Unknown tarot deck, and we have this tourmalated, I don't know how to say it. Hopefully you guys know what it is. It's a quartz with tourmaline in it. Not even going to butcher that. Okay. If you're drawn to reading number 3, we'll be working with the Disney Villains Tarot and this pre-night crystal. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your person and their intentions and next actions toward you. Go ahead and select the deck or crystal that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. Once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will skip you ahead to your chosen reading. See you there. Hey Group 1, welcome to your reading. Today we're looking into your person's true intentions and next moves toward you. You guys selected this beautiful amethyst tower, and let's go ahead and jump in and see what's happening with your person. So where they stand energetically is represented by the animal archetype. Okay, very powerful energy. Let's go ahead and jump into the tarot to get us started. Okay, Spirit. So for Group 1's person, help us understand their true intentions and next actions, please, towards Group 1. What are their true intentions and next actions towards my Group 1 viewers, please, Spirit? Two of Wands. Five of Swords. Death in reverse. Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords. All right, guys, let's take a look at this energy. So with this animal energy here at the bottom of the, not at the bottom of the deck, at the bottom of the spread, this is kind of representing your person's current energy with regard to this connection. And with this energy of the animal, I just kind of feel like this person is looking to be free. Like they don't want to be tied down. I feel like they're looking to be able to just kind of align with the most raw, animalistic, like wild version of themselves at this time. But I get the sense that this person might also be feeling a little bit stuck or trapped, specifically because of this death card in reverse here. Like there's something about this situation where this person, they want to leave something behind, but they're like holding on to something that's like maybe lasted past its expiration date. Okay. Now, this could have to do specifically with your connection, but it could also have to do with just something else in their life in general. And this is impacting the connection that they have with you. But death in reverse is like this person is holding on to an old aspect of themselves or an old aspect of their life or this connection. They know that it needs to be let go. They know it needs to be released, but they're not ready to let it go yet. They're holding on. And so I think it's kind of creating this very kind of frustrated energy within them because there is this natural side of themselves that wants to break free of this constraint that's here, but they're not allowing themselves to do it for some reason, or maybe they physically can't do it for some reason. So what are their intentions? Here's the thing, guys. When I'm looking at this Two of Wands, I do think that this person looks at this connection and they do find it to be very expansive. I feel like there is curiosity about you and about this connection. I feel like there is this inner knowing that they can explore and expand with you and with this connection. But coming back to this message of the death card and the animal, they still have their foot in something else at this particular moment in time. So for some of you, this person could be the type of person like, sometimes in dating, when we see the Two of Wands, like if you're dating this person, this is like someone who is kind of wishy-washy. They're non-committal. They're not really sure if they want to move forward with you, right? Because they, like with this animal, they like their freedom. They're exploring right now. They could be exploring multiple options in love because that's what this card is kind of about, just generally. It's about having all of this world out in front of you and knowing that there's so much out there to explore, but kind of trying to figure out what direction am I going to go, right? So they're in a very expansive, curious, exploratory energy, but I don't necessarily see them in the most committal energy at this time. I will say this though, I do feel the energy of physical attraction. Like I think they're very sexually attracted, physically attracted to you. I think for a lot of them, they do see you as this Queen of Wands. So they think you're very hot. They think you're very attractive. We're going to get into that a little bit more in a moment though. So this person also, in addition to just this general energy of expansiveness, indecisiveness, even for some of you with the death card in reverse, they could still have their foot in the door of like an old connection. Depends on the situation, right? With this Five of Swords, I'm feeling like this tickle in my throat. There's an issue with communication here with this person as well. This person right now is not really looking to be vulnerable. They're really not looking to lower their defenses. This person very much has their guard up. And I kind of feel like with this person, they almost feel like if they're vulnerable, they're losing something. If they're vulnerable, they're losing the game. They could be playing games with you. They could be a player. Like it just kind of depends on your situation, you guys. Maybe they're intentionally kind of doing this. Maybe it's not intentional. It has to do with more of a healing energy. I feel like for a lot of them, it is a healing energy that they need to move through as it pertains to communication and vulnerability. Because this card sort of talks about like, we're not going to let anyone see our weaknesses. But it's sort of like this energy of winning at all costs through the energy of communication. Like, is the battle really worth it? Is the fight really worth it? Is it really worth it for them to be vulnerable, is what they're asking themselves. Is it really worth it for them to show their soft side? Are they really going to win, metaphorically, anything from that? I think there's a blockage here as it pertains to communication and kind of wanting to be perceived as being tougher or stronger with this animal than maybe they actually are, okay? So they're not ready to let go of something in their life. We've kind of talked about that. this is sort of like their energy of where they stand. What are their intentions here? So their intentions are to explore. Their intentions are to expand. And I think that's with everything in life. It's not necessarily only confined to this specific connection. Now, what are their next moves and what's the potential outcome here? We have a Queen of Wands and we have the Knight of Swords. So I do feel like what's next for this connection is a couple things. I think if you're the feminine, I think that this person will follow your lead, right? Because the Queen of Wands is a leader. She is somebody here who's showing as being very independent, self-sufficient. She's the focal point, right? So if you are the feminine, if you are a woman in this connection, maybe this person is a woman too. We'll kind of get to that interpretation, but it doesn't matter. Gender really doesn't matter. But I think specifically for those of you where this is like a male-female counterpart situation, you're the center of the next action. So something about the next action is kind of initiated by you or centered around you and resulting in some sort of communication, right? And my throat is tingling again as I'm tapping into this Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a very blunt, driven, focused energy. It's ambitious energy. Okay, so this could be something to do with you, maybe initiating communication. It could also have to do with them stepping into this leadership energy, embodying the energy of the Queen of Wands and initiating some form of confrontation or communication, something where we can kind of clear the air or have a clear vision or direction around where we're going. So let's keep going. We're going to get some more tarot and oracle cards here. The other thing I would say too, guys, is I do think this person is struggling with self-worth at this time. They could even be feeling unwell physically or mentally, maybe needing to seek out some help and support at this time. And I feel like maybe they're struggling with that because I do kind of get the sense that this person might kind of pride themselves on being able to be tough and being able to like withstand, challenging situations. Like this looks almost like a battlefield or something. Like maybe this person has been in very physically dangerous or, like situations where they've had to be really tough and they weren't really able to be vulnerable for their own safety, right? So yeah, I think they're struggling with something here beneath the surface that's also impacting their ability to move forward decisively with you. Okay, so let's see. What are their intentions and next actions, please, Spirit, with group 1? Let's see. Communication is certainly an issue here because I just keep getting that tickle in my throat. So we have the energy of family ties. Takes each other for granted, stops learning from one another, stuck spiritually, helps the other grow, not only as individuals, but also as spiritual beings. This person may have a family, right? Remember we were talking about there's something behind the scenes or something from their past that they're deeply tied and connected to that needs to change. And they're resisting taking that transformation here. Yeah, so for some of you, this person could have a family and they've kind of got their foot in the door with that, but one foot out of the door in that. The other thing too, if we don't read this card super literally, is this is an energy, it's saying takes each other for granted, stops learning from one another, stuck spiritually, right? I do feel this person is stuck spiritually when it comes to this Five of Swords energy. They know that there is something that they should be learning from you or from this family energy, or there's something they're supposed to be changing or expanding upon in their life within themselves. And they are not doing that right now with that Five of Swords and the Death card. They are resisting the change. They are resisting really making themselves vulnerable to understand what it is that's off for them. I just think this person has a very restless energy, group 1, with this Two of Wands. Because it's like, even though they have this family tie energy, if they are married or in a committed relationship or have a family already, like they're restless in that energy, but they don't want to let it go. You know what I mean? It almost feels like this person's intentions and next actions are more tied to this decision about their family than it is anything to do with you, group 1, to be frank. Let's get another one. Maybe you guys are the ones that have a family with this person. Ooh, if you do, I think that you're the one that's kind of having to step into the leadership role right now because this person is not capable of it at the moment. We have sentimentality, having a hard time letting go, examining photos and thinking about the past, strong emotional feelings while thinking about memories. Yeah, that makes so much sense with the death card, you guys. And I think, again, this is why you, my viewer, are sort of the one that's like more central to the next move and action in this connection, because I feel like you're the one, whatever your relationship with this person is, whether you're married to them, have a family with them, whether you are someone that's a friend or someone that they're casually dating, whatever it is, like, because they have these ties to the past, they're not able to advance things forward because they're still stuck in that energy. They want to break free, they want to explore and expand, but they're still stuck in this energy and they don't know how to get themselves out of it. And so with that being said, you, my viewer, are the one that's more central to whatever it is that's moving this connection forward next with this Knight of Swords and this Queen of Wands. Okay, so what else, Spirit? What are their next actions? What are their intentions with group number 1? What are their intentions and next actions with group number 1? Truth be told, please, Spirit. Round and rounds. Yeah. So that's the thing, guys. Like, this person, I don't think they really have an intention with you at this time. Like, they're still very much going around and around in circles here in their own life. There's a lot of back and forth energy. There's a lot of ups and downs. We do have the honeymoon phase, the early stages of dating. So maybe some of you guys are very early into dating this person. I also feel there's something about you that reminds this person of their past, which may also feel challenging for them, right? Even though you're obviously somebody who's different from their past. For some of you, like, that could be where this Five of Swords energy is coming in. Like, they don't want to be vulnerable to the same thing that happened in the past. Next actions, please, Spirit. Help us understand. Phantom lover, fantasy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm just not really seeing much from them. I feel like this person is going to continue to be kind of out of touch. And I think there's a lot of fantasizing here. Like, maybe they daydream about you or you kind of daydream about them. But in terms of like anything tangible from them, I don't see it. I feel like it's more about you guys doing whatever you're doing to move things forward, either in your own life or with them, because they're still stuck in this family energy here. And they want to break free, but they're kind of blocking themselves. It's like, I don't know, I'm really drawn to this smoke energy here, you guys, with this Five of Swords, like how smoky it is. Smoke for me is about like obscuring something or confusion, or we're not seeing it clearly. So it's like there's some sort of a smoke screen that they have when it comes to this family energy. And I think that they are very hesitant to really open up their heart and their mind and to see it clearly for what it is. Like, it's clear that they're very restless. I wouldn't be surprised if this person has a wandering eye with that animal. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a wandering eye, because I don't think that their needs are being fully met in this situation, but they don't want to let go of it. And that, you know, we have to respect that, especially if they have kids or they've invested a lot into it. They don't want to let go of that. Like, I almost feel like this person puts up a front, like their family situation is so great, and it may not really be. The other thing that I will say too is that message applies as well if you guys are the ones married or with this person. It just seems like they don't want to let go of their family, but they also don't want to commit to it. at this time. And so whoever is the feminine energy here with the Queen of Wands is the one driving things forward. So what would they tell you? Let's get messages from this person's higher self. Please, Spirit, for group 1. Look at this. As I'm shuffling the deck, I'm in a committed relationship. You know what I mean? Like, that just kind of confirms it for me, guys, that they're in a committed relationship with someone else. If you guys didn't know that, it definitely feels like that's the case right now. So we have, I don't know how to feel. Yeah, because they're not really in touch with their emotions. So it's hard for them to, I think it's just hard for them to lower their defenses to really feel how they feel about this situation. And I feel like, I just think this person takes a lot of pride in their family and what they've built so far, which is why they're so resistant to letting it go. You know what I mean? But they know intuitively that something about this situation is no longer serving them, or something needs to change about it. And it's like with that 5 of Swords, with that smoke screen, they're just not going to, they're having a hard time allowing themselves to see it clearly. What else, Spirit, would they say to group 1, please? We don't share the same values. Okay. What else? I see life differently now. Okay. And I have trouble with intimacy, which we've been seeing since the beginning with that 5 of Swords. So I don't know, guys. I just think that this person right now is focusing a lot more on other things, or kind of trying not to focus on other things because they don't want to, they're like avoiding change. With I don't share the same values, I think that they are basically saying here that you guys are not on the same page with something right now. You know what I mean? You're not on the same page with something with them, which I think is another reason why they're hesitant to change or let go of whatever they need to let go of here and move forward toward you. And maybe with this Queen of Wands and Knight of Swords, they're seeing you differently than they did before, which could be where some of that is coming from with not sharing the same values. The other thing that I feel, though, guys, is I do kind of wonder if there's some sort of conversation coming up initiated by you. Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords. I feel like you guys might be a little like frustrated with this person for some of you, because maybe they just haven't been super present with that phantom lover. And so I think with the Knight of Swords, that I do see this energy of you potentially initiating some sort of conversation with them where you can kind of confront what's been going on and clear the air. And I feel like that is going to help this person with a shift in perspective a little bit. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to end up like together, because I really don't see that here, group 1. This really feels like a person who maybe they even ghosted you with this 5 of Pentacles and that phantom lover. But this is a person who's very much like stuck in the past. And there's something about it that is just no longer aligned with who they are to their core with the animal, right? They want to break free of it, but they're stuck. Okay. So let's take a look at some advice from Spirit, group 1. Messages for you from Spirit as it pertains to your own energy with regard to this connection. What do we want group 1 to know, please, Spirit? Okay. We do have the energy of fate. I will never forget you, my love, but I must continue on with my life. If we're meant to be, the universe will find a way. And as I'm tapping into the energy of that card, it feels very relaxed. I think this group needs to just kind of let this person go. It doesn't mean that you will never talk to them again, but it just kind of feels like right now there's a lot of resistance here because this person is not really focusing on you. They see you for sure. Like they view you guys as being very confident, very attractive, leadership energy, great with communication, but they are kind of wrapped up in something else that takes their focus away from you. So Spirit is kind of saying, don't wait around for this person, because look at this. You could be waiting around for a long time. So they're saying kind of live your life, move forward, be this badass Queen of Wands that you are. And if they're meant to be around, they'll come back around. Okay. One more, please, Spirit, for group 1. Bitterness. I do not engage in gossip about others, as to do so only breeds negativity. Do unto others what you would have done unto you. Okay. So, regardless of what this person has done to you, because I think there's been challenge here, Spirit is saying just kind of like, be mindful about what you say about them. I feel like with that Knight of Swords, you guys are kind of frustrated or angry, potentially with this person. If there's a tendency here to want to talk about them, or I don't feel like it's necessarily bad intention, but I think there might be like sometimes this need to discuss it with someone else just to kind of bounce off, like, did I do anything wrong? Kind of looking for reassurance maybe is where it's coming from, but just be mindful that you're not doing it from a place of toxicity or negativity, and really just kind of think about, would you want someone else talking about you like this? Or talking about you at all, you know? Maybe even just not even speculating. It could just be like, don't speculate with others about what's happening with this person, because it does create a toxic dynamic to be kind of engaging in those conversations without this person being present and saying it to their face, okay? So just letting it go, group 1, it seems to be what Spirit is saying, and trusting that if they're meant to come back around into your life, they will. It looks like they probably are with this round and round. Like there's this cyclical energy here. But right now, I think that this person needs to kind of work on breaking free from whatever it is that they're resisting letting go of before they're going to be able to even like support you or do anything with you or anyone else for that matter, okay? So this is what I see, group 1. Comment below. Let me know about your person, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you guys chose the quartz with tourmaline in it and the wild unknown tarot, this is going to be your reading. We're looking into your person's intentions and next actions toward you. So let's go ahead and jump in. Where they stand energetically in this connection is represented by this warrior archetype here. Okay, so let's pull the tarot and then we'll get into the meaning of that as well. So, Spirit, for group 2, please help us to see and understand their person's true intentions and next actions toward them at this time. Truth be told, intentions and next actions toward my group 2 viewers, please, Spirit. 10 of Pentacles. King of Swords. Four of Wands. Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay. Hold up. Too many cards flying out. Mother of Pentacles, which is the Queen of Pentacles. All right. Group 2. What are their intentions and next actions? Okay. I do kind of feel like this person at this time sees that there is an imbalance in this connection with the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Two of Cups in the reverse as well. They could be kind of with just judgment flying out here and showing showing us its presence. There could be an energy of reevaluating this connection. And I do kind of feel like there is some sort of rebirth or reevaluation energy present within this person's energy right now, because I do think that they feel kind of like either you have been giving more than them or they've been giving more than you. Intuitively, I feel like it's been you that may have been giving more than them. And this person with the Warrior it's kind of like mirroring this energy of the King of Swords for me right now. Like the Warrior archetype is about being very intentional and decisive with what you're doing, right? It can sometimes talk about abandonment of values or being reckless and the shadow energy. Maybe that's been this person's energy thus far, where they really haven't been super clear, or they really haven't been super communicative or clear with you about what they want out of this connection. I feel like that is transforming for them at this time, especially with this King of Swords being here. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I definitely feel like from this person's perspective, there is some sort of lack of compatibility here for long term, because we start off this spread with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So the overall sentiment for this person, the way they're kind of viewing, the lens through which they're viewing this connection, has to do with a lack of compatibility to build long term in the future. And I feel like with this Four of Wands and the King of Swords, this person is recently becoming very clear about what it is that they want, right? This person, they're thinking very logically. They're thinking very kind of cold and detached from their heart space. If I can be honest with you guys, they could be thinking about things like family and legacy and money and are we really on the same page for the long term in those values, right? So I definitely feel like this person, they're making decisions right now that are very detached from their heart space. And I do think with this Queen of Pentacles here, they see you as somebody who is like loving, and maybe you are a mother right now or want to be a mother, or they see that you have these very nurturing, responsible qualities that are compatible with a pentacle, like a Ten of Pentacles, to build something. But there's something for them that I think is a little bit off with regard to the balance and the effort and the energy and the emotional compatibility between the both of you at this time. They are showing me as being in the energy of the air element, where you are in the energy of the Pentacles element, right? So Pentacles is going to be more about building things and nurturing and growing and putting in that stable effort and being responsible over time. The air element is more about like thinking and our mentality, our mindset, our communication, right? So there's just like a difference in the way that you guys are showing up here. And I think that this person is kind of seeing that perhaps they haven't been putting in as much effort as you. And so now they're moving from a much more decisive energy of trying to think more clearly about what it is that they want in the long term. And with this Ten of Pentacles in reverse, I just think that they see some sort of breakup here or some sort of incompatibility for you guys to be able to build something tangible together. But with the Four of Wands, you know, they do want this. Like they do want something long term, rather. They want something like marriage, and, you know, they want home and family, and they want all those things. They want to feel like let me dial back a little bit. I just don't feel like this person is in a place right now where they're ready to make any big changes. Okay, we're going to get some more oracle cards just to kind of clarify in a moment here. But with this Four of Wands, it definitely shows someone who is kind of open but comfortable. Like there's not really an energy of taking action or making changes here. They're just kind of cool with the status quo of what it is at this time. So with this Ten of Wands being their next steps, their next action, this is somebody who's just kind of dropping it, right? Like they're not really putting in a lot of effort. They're dropping and letting go of any burdens or anything that feels like difficult with regard to this situation. And it almost feels to me with this Mother of Pentacles being here, this is like your energy. Like you're the one that's going to have to pick up the slack, or you're the one that's going to have to do the work, or you're the one that's going to have to be the responsible one here, because this person has made some sort of decision that like they're not able to reciprocate at this time. Okay. So this is pretty like, I don't know, they feel pretty cutthroat, group 2. Let's get some more context here with the oracles. How do they feel, Spirit? Or what are their, what are this person's intentions and next actions toward my group 2 viewers? Truth be told, please, Spirit. What are their intentions, please, Spirit? Towards group 2. We have fulfilled. What are their next actions? What's their next move, please? Okay, and then we have a timeline, December through February. And like, look, we have Aquarian energy here at the bottom. So air energy, like this King of Swords, independent, progressive, altruistic, intelligent, unique, idealistic, artistic, impulsive, flighty, detached, aloof, rebellious, unpredictable, and restless. I feel, you guys, like this person with this fulfilled energy, we've got the completion or achievement, feeling happy and satisfied with one's life, going after what you want and getting what you want out of life. Like, to me, it's possible that maybe you and this person like got a divorce with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, or maybe this person just got out of a divorce for some of them. You know, there's sort of this energy of focusing on their own fulfillment and comfort in life. And I think this is why like they're not really showing up as, I think they feel guilty that they haven't been putting in as much effort, but they're still not going to reciprocate that effort at this time, right? There's some sort of chapter that they've closed out that impacts the way that they're moving with regard to this connection. And I feel like with this 4 of Wands, they just want to focus on their own happiness and fulfillment right now versus being like a partner to someone else. And I think that they are in this Aquarius energy of being a bit more detached and aloof. They're not really connected to their heart space. And I see that here as well with this 2 of Cups reversed. Right? They don't feel that there's like an emotional connection with you at this time that's compatible. So in terms of their next move, we do have a timeline Spirit is giving us, which says December 22nd through February 6th. So Spirit might be saying that in the future, this could be a timeline of significance that you might want to look out for as it pertains to this person. They also could be saying, like maybe this is a time period to reflect back on too, that you'll get some answers from, because right now, as I'm uploading this video, it's going to be posted in May, right? So this time frame has already passed for this year of 2025. So maybe thinking back to that time frame is going to help give you the answers that you need about this person and their intentions, okay? But even still, like with the 10 of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles, it still feels like you, my viewer, are the one having to kind of pick up the slack here as the energy stands today. Okay. So what else, Spirit, can you tell us about group 2's person and their intentions and next actions? Could even be that you guys may end up working with this person with the Mother of Pentacles during this time frame of winter that they're showing us. What are their intentions, please, Spirit? And next actions toward group 2. Blessing in disguise. I think they're just going to continue to be kind of closed off at this time. We have love potion. Yeah, so not a lot of communication, a lot of bottled up emotions here. There is still sort of this line, this love line between you guys that Spirit is showing. Like you're going to feel that connection to them, that desire toward them. There is a part of them that sees your value with the Queen of Pentacles and the love potion. They see with this 10 of Pentacles reverse, like you are compatible with the energy of Pentacles, right? But they are the ones that are not. So even though you might kind of symbolize the things that they say that they want, they're just very, I feel like they're just not ready. And again, they're more focused on their own fulfillment and decisive action in their own life. They could be dealing with things to do with home and family as well, as it pertains to that 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I think especially if they've gotten divorced or going through a divorce, they could still be like married to this person with the Four of Wands, potentially. But they're just focused on their own comfort and fulfillment right now, group 2. All right, so let's get some messages from your person's higher self, and then we'll close it out with some advice for you, group 2. What do they want to say, Spirit, to my group 2 viewers? I daydream about a life with you. Okay. Your intellect arouses me. Okay. I need security. And I miss hearing your voice. So they seem to be talking about like how they enjoy talking with you and how you're really smart, and they're very curious about the things that you say. Your intellect is attractive to this person. But again, like I see them focusing more on their own security, their own needs at this time. They need to be able to provide for themselves before they're able to provide and give to somebody else here, both physically and emotionally. Okay. So they might be kind of in their little delulus here with the love potion and the I daydream about a life with you. They might be thinking a lot about you or daydreaming or fantasizing about what that could look like. But I feel like right now they're not really planning to do anything meaningful or take a lot of decisive action towards you, group 2. So let's take a look and see what guidance Spirit has for you, my viewer, as it pertains to this connection. Guidance or advice, please, Spirit, for group 2 as it pertains to this connection with their person. What do they need to know? Okay. Broken promises. When you are ready, I know you will fix this. So, you know, especially if with you guys being in this Queen of Pentacles energy, I do think that you tend to be the ones who are responsible in this connection. Like you're the one that takes care of things, maybe for this person. And I think what Spirit is saying is that you need to lean back and let this person right their own wrongs. Like you don't have to clean up their messes. You don't have to seek out an apology. Just let them do what they need to do to make it right in their timing. Okay? Let's get another one. Advice for group 2, please, Spirit. Composure. I remain calm under pressure, even when other people are trying to engage me in conflict. So just kind of keeping yourself together, restraining yourself a little bit when it comes to this person. I don't necessarily see this person trying to intentionally engage you in conflict. I don't really see any conflict energy here, but there is something that Spirit is saying you need to kind of compose yourself with as it pertains to this connection and maybe the feelings that you still have for this person. Because with that love potion, I do feel like this group is very enamored with this person. They're very masculine, but they're very detached, right? And so there's something here about like holding yourself back, I think, from, like I was saying earlier, continuing to like want to fix this person or help them with their issues or providing security to them, because they don't really have any intention here of providing that security to you. We do also have memories. I do not focus on what is already gone. I choose to show up fully for myself and others in the present moment, right? So if this person has exited themselves from your life, if they've excused themselves from your life, if they're not showing up for you in a meaningful way, Spirit is saying focus on you and the people who are currently here in your life now, right? We don't need to focus on who's gone and who's left us anymore. So this is what I see, group 2. Comment below and let me know all about your person and what has been happening. I'm super curious. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey there, group 3. Welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the Disney Villains Tarot and this beautiful Prey Night Tower, this will be your message. And today we're looking into your person and their intentions and next actions toward you. So let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with their overall energy, kind of their position with regard to this connection, which is represented here by the Poet. Beautiful. Okay, so let's jump into the tarot and just get their energy a little bit more, and then we'll jump in. Spirit, so if you can help us understand for group number 3, what are their person's true intentions and next actions toward them? What are their person's true intentions and next actions toward them, truth be told? I haven't used this deck in so long. It's such a fun deck. What are their intentions, please, Spirit, and next actions toward my group 3 viewers? The Hermit. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Queen of Swords in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Ten of Cups. Okay, let's see. Group number 3, what is happening with this person? Lots of interesting vibes here. So with this Poet energy, where your person stands right now is very interesting to me, because the Poet can talk about artistic expression. I am feeling, this is kind of similar to what I was feeling in group 1. The messages already feel a little different, but there could be a connection. So if you were drawn to both 3 and 1, maybe check out group 1 as well, because the similarity that I'm feeling is an emphasis on communication, the throat chakra. Right now, my throat chakra is tickling. It's tingling, okay? And it's interesting with the Poet, right? Because the Poet it's creative expression. It's artistic expression. This person, I do feel, is clear. They have psychic abilities, and whether they realize it or not, I think they understand what they need to say in order to get a result that they want, okay? I see it with the Knight of Wands too. We'll get to that in a moment. And I do feel a little bit of a scattered energy with this person, because when I saw the number 7 and all of these birds kind of flying everywhere, it was sort of reminding me of the 7 of Cups a little bit, where there could be some energy of romanticizing here, or like a little bit of Delulu energy here with this person. But I do think that generally speaking, they're very sweet and soft in their communication and their expression here. Okay, but I think there might be something about it that could be a little bit confusing to you, especially with this Queen of Swords in reverse, because the Queen of Swords in reverse is not always super clear in their communication, right? And this Queen of Swords is sort of like the evil stepmother, right? Who's usually very blunt and curt and rude. And I feel like there is an energy here with this person of like wanting to be softer potentially here. in some regard. So let's get into the tarot. So overall energy, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is about pulling back, taking space. And so it's possible that you and this person are not in communication right now, which again could be why my throat chakra is tingling. You're not in communication with them right now. I feel like this person with the prehnite, I think that they actually are a healer in some capacity, right? The prehnite crystal is the stone that is said to heal the healer, okay? So I feel like this person, because they have such a beautiful way with words, and they know that their words are very powerful and they are there to express and support others through their creative expression, I do think that sometimes this person gets very drained. Okay. And so I think that they have pulled back their energy because maybe they've been feeling drained. It may not have anything to do with you. It could just be other matters, but they are showing as wanting to kind of pull back their energy at this time. Okay. Now, what's interesting about this is what they really want is this Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands. Right? So I do feel like this person, again, with the poet, they have this beautiful healing energy. I do think that they know how to use their words, and they know that their words can be very powerful in getting them what they want. I do feel like this person also feels very healed when they communicate with you, group number 3. I think that they may view you as the Queen of Cups, someone who is very kind and caring and compassionate. And I do think that there is a high level of like sexual attraction that this person has for you. Part of me feels, because we are using the Disney Villains Tarot, okay, so I do think that there is a little bit of a shadow element to this person. Like there's a duality to them where they know how to wield their words for good, but they can also wield their words for manipulation. And I'm going to show you guys the poet energy here. When light, clairvoyant, wise, and timeless. When dark, harmful words, sharp tongue, and thwarted creativity. Okay? The artist, the witness, and the truth teller. Okay? So there is shadow and light to this person with regard to their intentions, and maybe they're still figuring it out. But going back to, like, we're using the Disney villains, we have Ursula here, and we know probably about her from The Little Mermaid, what she was doing. And then we also have Madame Mim, who is able to kind of, you know, she can change, she can transform herself to look hot, but like she prefers to look like this from what I've seen of that movie. I think it's The Sword in the Stone, right? Honestly, I feel she's pretty iconic, but that's just my opinion. I don't know, and kind of all 3 of these characters sort of like live in a cave or kind of are reclusive. You know what I mean? So I think it's just kind of further confirming like this person might be pulling back or in a reclusive space right now. But they want to feel loved. They want to feel attractive. I think they want to experience compassion and love from you. And they're definitely, again, very, like, they have a lot of passion and attraction for you. But they're not in a place right now with the Queen of Swords where they're ready to kind of like talk about that. Okay. And I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups, we're kind of getting into their next actions and outcome potentially here. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is showing me a slowing down, which makes sense with the Hermit, a reversal in fortune for this person as it pertains to this connection, right? So it might just kind of feel for the next little bit, you guys, like this person might be kind of in and out of your life, or they might kind of pull back a little bit more than they already are. I feel like it has to do with external factors with the Wheel of Fortune. Like they're having a hard time navigating some sort of change or cycle in their life. And it could have to do with the theme of family, because we do have the 10 of Cups being here. Okay, so this could have to do with family matters or their happiness, just generally speaking. This character is giving me the energy, well, really all of these, they're not truly happy, right? Even though they're showing up like, you know, as these quirky villains. They're really not truly happy. They're stirring the pot. Okay, so there could be an energy here of them pulling back because of external circumstances that are really impacting their happiness. Could have to do with family. But I do think if you guys do continue to kind of interface with this person, I think with the 10 of Cups, there could be something about like a group thing or family thing or soul family energy could be significant here as well. Okay, so let's keep going with the tarot. I'm sorry, with the oracle cards. So can you help us understand, please, Spirit, Group 3's person? It's just like when I'm looking at these cards, these villains that are here, Madame Mim and Ursula specifically, right? These are two witches who are very powerful, and it's like this person with the poet is also a very powerful person, and they are a healer. But I feel like right now, maybe because they're going through a difficult time, it's like they're kind of pulling back their energy so that they can focus on themselves because they want to be able to use their powers for good, but maybe they're using them for bad right now. They're being devious, maybe. Okay. So what are their intentions and next actions, please, Spirit, towards group number 3? What are this person's intentions and next actions towards my group 3 viewers? Truth be told. Okay. Delulu energy, illusions. Be careful of drama and falseness, being deceived by appearances or people, extreme emotions, and idealizing a situation and or avoiding a difficult truth. Yep, that's what I feel, guys, with this poet. Like, just be careful with this person because I think that they're not all that they seem. I think that there is more going on beneath the surface. Something is not fully authentic about them right now, or they are, like I was saying, using their powers. They're deceitful, being deceived by appearances or people. Okay, so we just have to be mindful of that. Okay, let's get another one. Our next actions, please, Spirit, towards group 3. We do have the energy of Virgo. Meticulous, consistent, realistic, helper, analytical, practical, persuasive, overly critical, perfectionist, judgmental, uptight, shrewd, and petty. Virgo is an energy too of kind of like being of service to others. There's an energy of harvest and abundance here. I'm also wondering if this person could be dealing with some health issues too, with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Maybe that is something going on behind the scenes that is impacting their ability to show up a certain way. But if you guys do continue to connect with this person, especially like in this group setting with the 10 of Cups, I do think that they're showing up like in an earth energy of groundedness. So there is sort of an element of stability to it. Okay, hold the phone. What are their intentions and next actions, please, Spirit, towards group 3? Wings of love, guidance and protection. Yep, so they're pulling back because they feel like they need to protect themselves right now. Maybe they even feel like they need to protect you from them, because I just keep getting this message that this person may not be their best version of themselves right now. Okay? Yeah, we have the heart storm coming through. So they're struggling. They're going through a tough time right now, and that's going to be reflected in the way that they're showing up in the future here, group number 3. We do have the energy of spring at the bottom of the deck, so I do think that the spring season could be significant, or there is sort of this undertone of a new beginning, like a fresh start coming through for this person. But I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune right now, they're just kind of navigating and needing a little bit of time to heal. We did also have this telepathic energy, random thoughts and intense feelings brought about by your twin, noticing patterns, images, or numbers in your day-to-day that remind you of your person. So I think they're still thinking about you a lot, even if you guys aren't talking as often. Even if they are going through some sort of personal struggles and that's why they've pulled back, I think that they're still thinking about you and feeling very connected to you. We have tower moments here. Changes that are difficult but necessary for growth, moments in life that pushes us to be better and do better because we deserve better. Yep, that's what's happening. I think this person has had some sort of tower moment that has pushed them to do some self-reflection and change some things about themselves. So yeah, it's like the way they're presenting themselves to you, group number 3, you just need to be careful because I don't think they're really showing you the full truth of who they are right now. I think that they present themselves in a very idealistic way, but there is like a whole nother side to them that they're not fully showing you. And I think they just kind of have this tendency to be a little manipulative, okay, or self-serving with the actions that they take. Okay, so let's see what messages we can get from their higher self, group 3. Messages from group number 3's higher self. Please, Spirit. Messages from group number 3's higher self. I feel the sexual tension for sure with the Knight of Wands. I saved your texts and messages. Okay. I watch your social media. So they're watching you. They're keeping an eye on you. There's that telepathic connection. And then we have I am recovering. Yep. So they could be in recovery of something. Something to do with their well-being, their health, their day-to-day. They have to heal right now, group 3, because I just don't think this person is showing up as the best version of themselves. And I think they have this potential to be a healer for others, but I feel like they haven't quite learned how to use those healing powers for good. Okay, so let's take a look and see what advice or guidance Spirit has for you as it pertains to this connection with your person. Guidance or advice for group 3, please, Spirit, as it pertains to this connection with their person. Composure. I remain calm under pressure, even when other people are trying to engage me in conflict. So keeping your composure, I think, as it pertains to sexual tension is significant, okay? Not letting yourselves get carried away by the chemistry when it comes to this person and kind of being, I just feel like Spirit wants you to just kind of watch your back and just be on your guard with how vulnerable you allow yourselves to be with this person. Because think about Ursula, how she like lured Ariel in to like entice her with something that she wanted. And she had this whole trick up her sleeve the whole time that was not in Ariel's highest good. Okay. Madame Mim also, she can look one way and then transform into something else. Like there's just something about this person that Spirit is saying, like, you need to be careful with how much you show them of your truest self. Okay. Red flags. I listen to my instincts when things seem off. So, yep, listen to those red flags. Your intuition is not guiding you wrong, group number 3. If something is off, then it probably is. And I do feel like with this person, you know that something's off because they are very charming and charismatic. Maybe they've been like an emotional sounding board for you or vice versa. But there is something about them that is off. Okay? So just be careful. So this is where we're going to close it out, group 3. Let me know in the comments what's been happening with your person, and I'll see you in the next reading soon. Bye.